In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 high-paying jobs that pretty much anybody can do without a college degree. I'm then going to crunch the numbers and reveal just how long it will take you to actually become a millionaire with a very basic investing strategy. Now, you can literally start these jobs with no prior experience. They have a very low barrier to entry, and in fact, these jobs are literally open to anybody who's willing to put the work in. First, I want to cover the actual jobs themselves and how much they actually pay, and then at the end, we'll reveal which job will make you a millionaire in the shortest period of time. And trust me folks, it's gonna shock you. Now, job number 1 is a personal assistant. I know. When you think of personal assistants, you might think of some blue-eyed youngster, maybe even a teenager who is mastering the art of making coffees inside a big corporation. But there's another type of personal assistant. If you've ever seen the popular TV show Suits, you might know Donna Paulson, who's a PA who is clearly paid very well with the clothes she wears and the handbag she's accompanied with. It's clear that this lady is earning a lot more than the average PA. She was earning so much dough, in fact, one of the actual cast members got so jealous, she rage quit in pursuit of a life to become a real-life princess. You see, these personal assistant jobs aren't just limited to the average office clerk learning how to perfectly dip a tea bag into a perfectly tempered cup. In fact, personal assistants cover a wide range of areas and go all the way up to be assistants for CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, professional athletes, and even billionaire celebrities. Now, the average assistant in the US can earn around about $62,000 a year as a median salary. But if you work on your craft and prove yourself and work your way to the right client, you can actually earn mega big bucks. Some high-profile assistants are reportedly earning over $200,000 a year, with other perks such as travel opportunities and incredible access to a massive network of wealthy individuals. All of this without ever having to hold a college degree or any form of qualification. I also personally know 2 different PAs who are working from home and have multiple clients. They're handing mediocre tasks like booking hotels, arranging travels, and organizing individuals' calendars, and by this approach you can actually stack up several smaller clients and offer your services out to multiple people, all from the comfort of your home, and trust me, it can be a very lucrative business venture. I must stress, however, to do this you have to be on the top of your game and establish a very valuable, good reputation as a personal assistant in the first place. Now, the second job where you do not need a college qualification that can make you a millionaire is a bartender. And I know what you're thinking. The guy holding a tomato decades is really telling me to become a bartender. Well, let me just say this. Yes, I am. You see, when the average person thinks of a bartender, they think of the local cutie down a pub or some grumpy old woman serving endless pints of flat lager to some broke students. But that's not what I'm referring to today, and I encourage you with the rest of this list to think big. There's a huge number of high-profile bartenders who are absolutely raking in the dollars. And if you master your craft and establish yourself, you could be working at some of the most prestigious bars in places like New York or even London. According to Zippia, the career expert, bartenders can earn up to $92,000 a year without any form of qualification whatsoever. And that doesn't include tips. According to Beanbox, the average bartender might be lucky enough to bring home an extra $50 in tips a night, but the best of the best can bring in mega money. Some bartenders get tipped up to $1,800 in a single night. Now, I bet that grabbed your attention. Now, the third job that can make you a millionaire is a kind of easier job in a way, and I know this is going to trigger a lot of people with this career, but have you ever watched Thomas the Tank Engine and thought, driving trains seems like a pretty sweet gig? Well, if that's you, put down the joint and move out of your mummy's basement, you utter disappointment. But seriously, let me explain how being a train conductor can make you a millionaire. This job requires 0 qualifications, and best of all, it provides a pretty much relaxing work lifestyle. You basically get to sit on your butt all day while conducting the train, which, let's be honest, they're largely automated these days anyway. You're just there to sense any form of danger. And I can feel, again, the anger of train drivers in the comments already. And the second thing is, trains tend not to go at nighttime. So your shifts are probably going to be throughout the actual daylight hours. And now the moment you've been waiting for. How much does this cushy, easy job actually pay me? Well, according to Comparably, a website that aggregates income on data in the US, the average conductor can earn anywhere between $73,000 all the way up to a staggering $379,000 a year, all without a degree. Now I have to ask, if a train driver's earning $350K a year, they must be smuggling something. Now moving on to job number 4. We all know that you can earn a whopping amount of money sitting on your butt traveling on a train in your home nation. But what if I told you could earn even more money with less responsibility and just stand up and pass out some snacks? Introducing flight attending. Now before the flight attendants and the train drivers try to double team me in the comments, of course I'm joking when I say your job is easy, you're having to deal with folks like this. Your job absolutely requires more than just handing out snacks. I mean, you have to also point to exits. But the median salary for a flight attendant in the US is around about $60,000 a year. And it will let you complete that little travel scratch card map you bought on Etsy. According to a recent article published by Forbes, flight attendants can earn up to $385,000 a single year. In this article, they dive into Netflix and how they have their own private jet that flies high-ranking members of the company around the world, and the private jet pays their flight attendant $385,000 a year. So don't be fooled that flight attendants are only worth peanuts, because with enough grit and determination, you can actually be worth a whole banana. Damn, this whiskey's too good. Now, job number 5 is the hardest to do, but absolutely the cream of the crop, and I implore every single person to try this job. I myself did it even when I was a teenager. Now, this job is not for the faint of heart, and it requires that you are willing to muster up enough courage to ask people for a sale. You're gonna face countless amounts of rejection and have to take it on the chin and move on to the next customer. But the next big job is a sales representative, and these folks can earn a hell of a lot of money. In fact, the average sales representative in the US brings home a very comfortable median salary of about $62,000 a year. But if you're able to master your craft a little bit, read a few Andrew Tate books, you can relentlessly pursue a big career in sales. According to Zipper, high-end salesmen can make anywhere from $126,000 a year all the way up to $177,000. And the money doesn't stop there, because if you become the best of the best and truly grasp what it means to be a good salesman, according to Dr. Morin, a professional and reputable salesman, you can earn anywhere above $1 million a year. Absolutely earth-shattering. So these jobs do have variable salaries on how good you actually are, but they do not require a college degree and have a clear path to work rate and actual deliverance on your job itself. So the big one, who becomes a millionaire the quickest? For the investing strategy, each job we're going to take a salary and put 15% of it into an ETF tracking the S&P 500, which has a historical return of around about 10% a year. Now coming in at number 5 is the flight attendant. The average Washington area flight attendant earns about $72,000 a year, meaning with the previous mentioned strategy, you'd be putting about $900 a month into the S&P 500, and it would take you around about 25 years to actually become a millionaire. Now in 4th place is bartenders, who high-end can earn about $92,000 a year without tips. I don't think we can actually include tips into this scenario. That means they're going to be putting $1,150 a month into the same scheme with the same principles, and they reach millionaire status in a shorter period of time, 23 years. In 3rd place is train conductor. The average salary in San Francisco is about $108,000 a year, meaning they could invest $1,350 and they would become a millionaire in 21 years. Now in 2nd place, drum roll please, is the salesperson, because in the Washington area you can earn about $129,000 a year and become a millionaire in just shy of 20 years. Now the big one, no one could have predicted this earlier in the video, the personal assistant is the quickest way to go if you want to become a millionaire out of these 5 jobs. You can earn $200,000 a year if you're on the top of your game or have multiple clients and can approach this from home, meaning you could invest $2,500 every single month into this same scheme and become a millionaire within 16 years. So there you have it, a bloke with a beard on the internet drinking some whiskey just convinced you to become a personal assistant. And what's more is he also offered at the end of the video a magic button that if you press it you can become much richer. And check that video out up here, because it's absolute insane what this button can do. Remember, likes are for free, and I'll see you in the next one.